Hi, my dear children. Welcome to Social Science online class. In this session, let us see the social, economic, political, and religious system that existed in Indian history during the post-Vedic age. The period between 1000 BC and 700 BC is the period of later Vedic age. The period when the other three Vedas, namely Samaveda, Yajurveda and Atharva Veda, came to be composed is called post-Vedic age. After Rig Veda, Samaveda, Yajurveda and Atharva Veda appeared as the continuation and contributory to Rig Veda. These Vedas are named after three priests who conducted three different types of yajnas. They were Saman, Adhavaryu and Atharvan. Samaveda has taken much from the Rig Veda and with few alterations of the borrowed content. Samaveda mainly consisted of the slokas that are recited at the time of yajnas. Yajurveda has two different types of text called black and white. In the black Yajurveda, there are explanations about the way of reciting mantras and also has commentary and discussions on the mantras. In the white Yajurveda has only mantras but no explanations. There is a reference of iron used in this time in this Yajurveda. Atharvaveda has taken much from the 10th mandala of Rig Veda. It is in prose form. Atharvaveda has used the language of Brahmanas rather than the ancient language. The geographical details that is found in Atharva Veda are found different in Rig Veda. This shows that Aryans had moved to the eastern part of India by that time. Social system. During the post-Vedic period, the Varna system became strong and in the course of time, caste system arose. Many caste and new professions emerged. The professions became hereditary. The Brahmins or priestly caste came to have a prominent status in society. The four divisions of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra that are found in the last part of Rig Veda as a part of Purusha Sukta, incorporating certain changes became more strong. Brahmins used to accept gift for conducting yajnas and rituals. In owning lands, receiving cows, offering puja and in matters related to God, Brahmins had gained a more prominent position. The Kshatriyas, who were the administrators and warriors, became a clearly defined class during this time. Rajanya indicates the Kshatriya Varna. Those who had the political power were called Kshatriyas, irrespective of their origin. Rajanyas, who were soldiers trained in archery and could wage war in chariot, gained a lot of importance. The word Vaishya is found here and there. They were supposed to offer gifts to others. The common people in the society were the Vaishyas. In course of time, many become traders. They could have been subjected to exploitation to one's whims and fancies. They neither had the right to perform yajnas nor a right to enter the place of yajnas. They were placed lower than the first two varnas, that is, Brahmins and Kshatriyas, and still remained as Aryans. Shudras were part of the Varna system, but they were kept at the lower end of this system. Tribes like Dasas and Dasyus were kept outside the Varna system. Slowly, they were integrated to Shudra Varna. Though the Shudras were accepted as part of the Varna system, they were not given any rights. They could have been thrown out or killed at any time. Shudras were not allowed to perform yajnas. It was held that the sacred Guru not only should disown a Shudra, he even should not see a Shudra. Sometimes the Shudras could have come from tribes like Dasa and Dasyus. Some of the early food collecting tribes like Nishada and Chandalas were grouped as untouchables. Women were placed at the lower position in the social hierarchy. Women are considered as the embodiment of lies. There is a reference to dowry in Atharva Veda. There is no proper benefits for the woman's work. There was no practice of child marriage during this period. Polygamy was prevalent among the rich and powerful. The widow could remarry during time of later Vedic age. The women lost their right to property and also the privileges of participating in political assemblies. Economic system. By the time of post-Vedic period, the Aryans moved from Sindhu river areas to Ganga river areas. For this movement, they had to destroy the vast forest. With the help of fire, they burned the forest and cleared the land for agriculture, and in the process, these tribes reached the plains of Uttar Pradesh. The scarcity of water in the Doab region of Satluj and Yamuna river made them to move towards the river Ganga plains. Iron axes were used to chop off trees. There is a reference to 6 and 8 oxen driven plough in Atharva Veda. 12 oxen driven plough is referred in the Yajur Veda. This proves that the usage of oxen in agriculture increased. There are many crops find reference in the text of Vedas. Some of them are paddy, barley, black gram, green gram, sesame, horse gram, foxtail millet, common finger millet, kadunellu, wheat and masoor. During this stage, the agriculture became more important than hunting and animal husbandry. Whoever that was not involved in agriculture and business were called as Vyatras, which means outsiders. Oxen became more important for agriculture and transport of goods. It was in this background the idea that one should not eat cows and oxen took its root and become an important issue. But this prohibition was not acceptable to all. The wealth of a person was calculated on the number of cattle that he possessed. There is a reference to metals like gold, copper, iron, lead, brass and tin in Vedas. Silver is also referred to in the Vedic text. As per the archaeological evidences, there is no indication of iron mining and preparation before 1000 BC. It is believed that the technology of converting iron to steel was first found in West Asia and then later moved towards the eastern countries after 10th BC. Political system. The southeast geographical edge during the final stages of Rig Veda now became the central location of Aryans. This place was inhabited by many tribes like Kuru and Panchala. The present Kurukshetra was the habitat of Kuru tribe. Kosala and Videha tribes were present at the east end of Aryan's settlement. They were living in the northeast of present Uttar Pradesh and north of Bihar areas. During Atharva Veda period, Angas were living in the east Bihar and the Magadha tribe in central Bihar, south of the river Ganga. The arrival of Indo-Aryans to the bank of river Ganga and trainings at the Indian border and West Punjab due to their invasion. The Vedic tribes with superior archery and chariot won over the local tribes. They were living on the banks of Ganga river. The improved military power of the Vedic tribes helped them to extend their geographical limits. As a result, powerful kingship emerged. A king is described in Atharva Veda as the one who rules all is like a god in human form. Many complex and wealth indicating rituals grew around the king. A coronation ceremony to mark the ascendance to the throne by the king, called Rajasuya, came into existence. As a symbol of king's power, Ashwamedha Yaga gained importance. On the occasion of Ashwamedha Yaga, a special horse belonging to a particular king would be let loose. A contingent of specially trained soldiers would follow it. Whichever places the horse wandered into, the king of that land would accept the sovereignty of the horse owner and pay tribute to him. If anyone stopped and tied the horse, that act would be seen as a challenge and a battle between the two kings would follow. It was the desire of most of the kings. Religious system. The religious beliefs and rituals of Rig Veda continued along with changes and additions during post-Vedic period. Rudra and Vishnu had gained a significant position during post-Vedic age. They became important gods along with the Vedic gods during the time when Brahmanas developed as an appendage to the Vedas. There are no direct references about the incarnation of Lord Vishnu. It is said that by imbibing the local gods, Rudra also took over the legends and mythology of them up to himself. It was believed all things that happened in this world are the result of yajnas, and such notions were incorporated into Puranas. In Upanishads, new concepts like karma and rebirth of souls were created. This aided the place of a person in the caste system, which is based on birth. This became the most important philosophical base for the continuation of the caste system in its institutionalized form.